guys just look at that thing? Like, it has come a long way in the last 6 months. Why don't we go ahead and just go do a little walk around on it before we get too much further into this build. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, before we change even more on this truck, I figured I would kind of do I've had the truck for about 8 months now, so I figured we would do a little like 6 month, like where I got it from to where it is now, before we get into more changes that are coming shortly, like soon. So I figured I just kind of, like, for my sake, because I want to document this, that I would get it where it sits now and kind of everything that I've done and put into it to get to this point. So I'm gonna do a little rig walk around. If you guys want more in depth on certain parts, let me know down in the comments and I'll go back through and I'll refilm like a certain section. Like if you guys want to know kind of like how I've wired the front or what's up here, or kind of how I've set up the inside or even the back when we get to there, let me know down below and I'll make like a more specific video and kind of get more in depth and stuff like that. But for now, let's go ahead and let me set you guys up on the tripod that I just got, because I haven't used it yet and I've been sitting on it for about a month now. So let's go ahead and set you up on that and then we'll get started kind of in this area and see what we've done. Oh, there you go. That's all set up now. So hopefully that's good. I guess hopefully I'm in frame here, but so what I have here is my 2004 Nissan Xterra 4x4. It's an auto, unfortunately. For the deal I got for it, I couldn't really pass it up. But hopefully, if this thing ever breaks down or God forbid explodes on me, I'm going to be looking for a manual one, because I do love this truck and I would like to get another one in a different color if I have more of a choice. But the next one I really would like to have a manual. So for right now, auto's fine. For learning how to wheel and getting my feet wet and getting into all this, I'll take it. It's perfectly fine. This brush guard, ironically, is made for a '98 Toyota. I found it online on the marketplace. It was at a good enough price that I was willing to buy it and figure out how I can make it work. So for the last 4 months now, I've been running this bash bar for this brush guard for Toyota, and I had to do some custom brackets and stuff, but it's pretty secure and it's not really going anywhere. So I did like that, but the last time I went out wheeling, I realized that this just isn't going to work anymore, and because it really cuts into my approach angle, and I'm slowly starting to find out that that's just not working. Here in the front bumper, you can see I've upgraded the fog lights. They kept breaking. I kept doing different setups. Nothing just was working for what I wanted. So I ended up finding through on an xterra forum on Facebook some kid running these and absolutely loved them. Was having the same problems I did. So hopped onto Amazon, picked up a set. They work great. I have those wired together with this slim 25-inch bar amber. I do love this. It's super bright and it seems to be running great. So, you know, get what you pay for. I absolutely love it. Almost everything I have on my truck comes from like eBay, Amazon. Some stuff I do get from like actual dealers, but cheap wheeling truck. I've never had a problem with this stuff yet, and even if I do, it's cheap enough, I'll just get a new one. Some point I will eventually upgrade to like good lighting, but I like it. So headlights. For right now, I've upgraded all the lights to LEDs. So I have like LED highlight or highs and lows, LED turn signals, and LED running lights. So moving back to here, I've got 4 ditch lights. Also came off of Amazon. they're all wired together on the one switch on the inside. I really like to make my own custom brackets, so I made a custom bracket for these that are just under the window cowl, and these are actually amazing just by themselves. They're super bright. Like, I got 2 facing forwards and then 2 off to the side. I can see enough. Like, it's pretty amazing, to tell you the truth. And then on top here I've got a 42-inch curved, and kind of the cool thing about this is it has 4 modes in one. So it will be white, it can also strobe white, you can switch it over to amber, which you guys just seen. I really like running the amber version of it. I think it looks really cool. And then it will also strobe amber, so I could kind of use it in an emergency situation if I have to. Again, I ditched the cheap brackets that came with it and made my own to kind of get it sitting where I want, and I just bolted it into the windscreen here. And then I'm debating on if I want to do like a second row or just call it good. I don't really know yet. I don't know if I've got too much lights going on or not enough. Like, I don't really care what people say. I love light bars, and especially with being in Montana super late at night, more light the better. So take it with a grain of salt, is what it is. So let's go ahead and move around to the side now. Alright, so believe it or not, I actually did have my truck washed yesterday. It snowed last night, got up to 40, melted, and then it snowed again after I got off work. So this is what it looks like after a wash. Up front, finally got rid of these stock wheels and tires and upgraded. Not quite what I wanted, but I got a great price on these. I found all these wheels, these tires locally here in town. These race lines, they're 16 by 9, I believe, with a 0 offset. With that, I actually ended up, this is what I was going for, and happened to buy the wheels because it was all there. I ended up getting these Goodyear Wranglers. They do have a Kevlar sidewall. I'm really excited to air them down and see how they're gonna do. And then the tire that I'm running is a 265/70/16. It's completely stupid, but I love the look of it. I am running 1-inch spacers all the way around to give me the wheel poke, and it might be a little much from time to time. We'll see how it goes down the road. I might drop it down to a 1/2 inch. I just wasn't, even with the 0 offset, I still wasn't too keen on looking at the back spacing that clears my brake caliper. I'd rather just play it safe than sorry. So I did keep my 1-inch wheel spacers all the way around. I've been driving on those for 4 months now and haven't really seen any issues with my suspension and tie rods and things like that. So we'll just see what happens. I did end up keeping the tuner side of things and went for some 60 mil lug nuts. So they stick out a little further than I would have liked, but I wanted the color, so you know, is what it is. Moving further back, we have the one and only the Trail Dog. Goes everywhere with me, and I'll show you kind of his area here in a second. But up top, I wanted something to like help get me out of some situations that I might be getting into. You never know what you're going to come across on a trail that you might need help with. So I did go out and buy an axe, and back here I went and just got a steel shovel. Always good to have. Never know when you need to dig somebody out, dig yourself out, or God forbid have to hand cut a small tree out of the road so you can get by. They are just held in with quick fists, and they hold great. Like, these have been up here for, well, since I got the truck, so they've been up here for 6 months through summer and fall and everything like that. They don't wear, they don't fade, and they hang on to your stuff, so super cool. So let's go ahead and move around to the back. So in the back is where the damage starts becoming more noticeable, minus the dent I did put in it that you guys seen already. But you know, the door doesn't align properly. Really just have to put your foot into it to get it to close, but whatever, I'll deal with it for now. So I mean, you can still see like some of the crunching, and this side's still pushed in more than I would like, and maybe some point when I get a little bit more motivation I can get in there and try pulling it back out or whatever. But I'm still missing the bumper caps I eventually do want to replace these and try to make something fit. I don't quite like the exposed look anymore like I thought I was going to. I did go out and source a trailer hitch. So I thought it would come in handy for pulling, like if you got stuck to pull yourself out or whatever. I don't really want to tow with this. I don't think it has what it needs to tow, but I thought this was a good idea until I actually went wheeling and found out my departure angle. This really hinders my departure angle, so I haven't quite decided what I want to do. I might keep it and flip it so it's up higher, or I might just get rid of it altogether and look into building my own custom bumper with just some like recovery points welded to that. So yeah, I haven't quite decided what I want to do with this yet. I think I might just leave it for now, put the caps on, rock it for a while, and then build another one. But to the side here, I went out and got I believe it's a 4-foot fire stick, and it's tunable. I just ended up getting a door jamb mount, mounted it here. The wires are all hid, all ran to the front. Still haven't figured out, or looked into I should say, on how to tune it and get my CB to work. I just got it all wired in and called it good for now. So soon I need to look into that. Then up here, these used to be my ditch lights, but I wanted the setup that I have now up front, so I just repurposed these and moved them back for reverse lights, and they work amazingly. I can see now when I'm backing up in the woods at night, and they help for setting up camp at night and stuff. So these are just 6-inch Nyla lights. I believe that's how you say those, Nyla. But for what they are and what I use them for, they work pretty good. Good enough for now. When I found a friend running this or something similar to this, I really wanted to get one. I believe it's a 32-inch, I don't know. But it's 6 sections, and it's just basically a strobe light, or a caution light, I guess I should say. Really handy if, say, you're in the desert. Kind of what I wanted to use it for and planned on is to use it in like Moab, where it's super dusty, and you can use it as like chase lights. But again, like up here, somebody was off on the ditch in the corner in the middle of the night in a snowstorm, I can just flip it on and they'll sit there and they'll flash at whatever pattern I want. People can see that to get over, or to see there's something coming, or just a little extra security. You never know what's going to happen. So I do love that. Super bright, like it's ridiculously bright, but it worked out great. Now let me show you what I built on the inside. Stay. So in here, I really want to get a rooftop tent at some point, but that's like way down the road. Can't really spend the money on that quite yet, and it's a couple other things I'd like to do first. But especially for him being in back here, I wanted him to have his own space. I wanted to be able to do storage in here without him having to crawl over everything, and it also will double as a bed, which is really what I wanted, so I can start doing some trips. I really want to go to, like I said, Moab. There's a couple places in Colorado I want to go to, and I want to check out a couple things in Utah. And so like I really just want to be able to throw a mat, throw a sleeping bag, hit the road, and not really have to worry about a lot of stuff, so everything's taken care of. This is my second configuration, just trying to save some weight. Had a lot of like extra storage in the other one that I didn't need, and just found out I was putting stuff in for no reason and it was just staying there. So this is a simplified version, and I think it's going to work out really well. I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I'll show you. It's just carpeted on top right now. Kind of just the only place I have it right now. I still need to finish painting it and touching a couple of things, but I do have two, I think they're 23-inch drawers. Don't judge me, but they're pretty crappily built. I'm not the greatest carpenter, but I was really excited just to try this myself. So I have two 23-inch drawers on slides this time. Last time I didn't. They were just on like wood. They just slid wood on wood. Wasn't really the greatest. They were huge. And so yeah. So that worked out. I'm going to have to refigure this out because it's not working. But this strip down here these are like set up a little bit more. And the strip down here is supposed to be like, it's a full the same size as this, like a 23-inch table that just kind of slides out and hangs, but I think it's a little too thick. I misjudged some measurements, so I'm gonna have to go get a different piece of wood. But I do have cargo space back in here. I can store a jack and a couple of things, and the same thing over there. It goes all the way up, and I can store some stuff over here as well. I cut out a notch, so I'm still able to use the plug-in for back here. And that's about it for right here. And then you can see on this side, I just used some 2x4s, created storage, and then it's the same thing on the other side. There's open storage. And then to block him off from getting in the front seats, I do have this makeshift dog gate that I just have zip tied to the back of the seats, and carry some of my camera equipment. And then on the other side, if you can see past his head, there's his water bowl, and I have some like poop bags, and his leash usually hangs up over there and just kind of keeps his stuff organized and easy to grab for me. I forgot completely to shoot a video when I made this, but this is a custom roof basket that I made because I didn't like anything that sat on top of the roof. So this is kind of my command station for now in the first preview. I've got a 10-inch tablet on a floor mount that runs my guide GPS. Music, I love music, always have to have it, so I have upgraded sound system all around that I've done. But again, I'll show you, the kid in me loves lights, so I have floor lights all the way around, and they're controlled here and multicolor and whatnot. This is, like I was saying, the switch for the emergency light in the rear. You just turn it on and then can toggle 7 different modes. My CB, and then over here, you know, upgraded LEDs. Some of them burnt out, so I need to replace those, but upgraded LEDs here, you know, GoPro mount. And of course, what would be any Overland vehicle without the patches? I love collecting patches, and I can't wait to get on the road and start collecting more. But so yeah, so that's kind of it for right now for the beginning of 2019. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to shoot this video mainly for myself to document where I am now within 6 months of this, or within 6 months of having this truck, and where I've gotten it to. And that way I can compare the next 6 months after I have it for a year and see where I've got to. And it's just progression. For me, I just wanted to keep it documented, and so I can look back on it and enjoy it for time to come. So I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions or want to see anything more in depth, or kind of want me to shoot a video on how I did something or whatever it may be, just let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to keep up to date with this. Got a bunch of more stuff on the way, so we'll see you in the next one.